You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. I am Daniel.
And I'm Clint. Welcome back to another episode here on Locked On Bulldogs on the Locked On Podcast Network. It's a great Monday, Daniel.
Boy, what a day.
Ooh,
what a time to be alive. I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of good Mondays this season, Clint. It's just shaping up like, I think next Monday is going to be a pretty good Monday too.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I won't be in jail for beating down two old men at a Vanderbilt game. So,
I can neither confirm nor deny that I will be in jail. The jury is both figuratively and literally still out on that matter at this moment.
If you have no idea what we're talking about, that's because you're new to the podcast. Welcome. We're glad you're here. You're either listening. We're glad you're here. Honestly, that you've enjoyed the ride so much that you're here. You are here because you're a fan of UGA. Daniel and I are here because, wait for it, we're fans of UGA. And we just happen to spend an inordinate amount of time following, discussing, listening, reading, and researching everything UGA related.
Some would say too much time.
They're not our friends.
I mean, they are our wives, but they're not our friends. So
yes. Okay, we're not just disregard that real quick. Daniel has some therapy that is much needed. We've already talked about that at the pod. If you're new to the pod, welcome. We talk like fans do, not like gurus or insiders. And thank God that we are not gurus or insiders. We're fans. So we don't take ourselves too seriously nor each other. We have fun on this podcast. Join us in doing so as your fandom increases.
That's right. For fans, by fans. That's what the show is all about. So if you're here, glad you're here. Two ways to get the show. There's an audio version, comes out wherever podcasts are found, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, whatever it is that you enjoy listening to podcasts on. We are there, Locked On Bulldogs. If you're there, subscribe to the pod. Maybe consider leaving us a 5-star rating and review. That would help us out a tremendous amount. Leave us the number of stars that Shane Beamer believes that our defensive line is full of. Just I mean, if you've not gone and watched that video clip, I wish we had it here. We could play it on YouTube, Clint. But
we could.
We're
Shane
not
over
that
there.
savvy yet.
No, when he did the eye close and started praying, literally you saw a man start to mid-game pray.
I've seen that before, Clint, and it was at a Vanderbilt game with two elderly children. I saw that look on your face. So just
Lord help
you and
me.
Shane, a lot in common. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on there. And then maybe swing over to the YouTube channel, search Locked On Bulldogs on YouTube, and you'll find us there. Video version of the show. We try to throw in a little bit of extra stuff on there for you. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit a thumbs up or whatever it is on there that lets people know that you like the video. That is all great. But mostly, as Clint said, we're just here because we're fans, you're fans, and we want to talk like fans do. And so we'd love to have you in the conversation. You can leave us a comment on YouTube. That's one way you can join in the conversation, but we don't really like to reply to a lot of comments on YouTube, except you, South Carolina fan, who snuck into those YouTube comments last week. How you doing? Hey, though.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing? He said, our defense is legit. It's going to be a long day for Georgia.
He had half of that correct.
I'm sorry. It was a long game. I thought the thing would never end, to be honest with you, but not in a bad way. Okay. You can also send us an email, lockedonbulldogs@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on Twitter @DogsPodcast. We would like it if you did all three of those things, to be honest. Let us know what you think, your comments, thoughts, opinions, questions, concerns, or things that you want to hear us talk about on the show. All of that is totally valid. Today, we're going to talk about the South Carolina game. We're going to talk mostly on the offense. Today, we're going to talk about the defense tomorrow on the podcast. And so if you have defensive matters that you want us to get to, that's coming tomorrow. So just sit tight. There's things to discuss. But today, we're talking about the offense, Clint, and what a showing by the offense. But unfortunately, we can't talk about any of it. We're not allowed contractually to talk about any of it because all we can talk about, Clint, the only thing we're allowed to talk about is that for 2 plays in the first quarter, Stetson Bennett came into the ballgame. And now Georgia fans have lost their mind. They're done. They've lost their mind, Clint.
Do we have something for them, don't we, Daniel?
Well, on this show, we like to do a little public service announcement from time to time.
PSA.
Right? We like to give you a little PSA. And so let's just, without further ado, here's a little PSA from us at Locked On Bulldogs. Shut up. Just shut up. That's the PSA.
That's it. There's nothing else to say.
There's nothing else to say because it's just shut up. That's all.
We rant normally for a long time on this one.
Yep.
Stop.
Shut up. You know who I blame for this, Clint?
Ooh.
And it's not her fault, but I blame Molly McGrath or whoever. Was it Molly McGrath that's on the sidelines there? Was that?
I think that was her.
At the game?
Yeah.
Okay. If it wasn't, my formal apology to Molly McGrath, if it wasn't her on the sidelines of the Georgia game. But whoever the sideline reporter was in the first quarter, before the game even started, came out with these words. If you were listening to the television, you heard them. She said, Kirby Smart said both quarterbacks are going to play because, quote, both quarterbacks have earned the right to play in this game. And Georgia fans immediately then began to stew and fester. And of course, Stetson Bennett comes in. He hands the ball off, and then he throws a ball that, honestly, I think Brock Bowers should have reached for. I don't know what was happening on the play. It was a bad throw by Stetson Bennett. It was intercepted. Throw. He's lucky that it wasn't returned for a touchdown in the game. And so the defense, by the way, which we're going to talk about tomorrow, comes out and forces a field goal off of that. Unbelievable. And thus ends the Stetson Bennett experiment. But no, the fans are up in arms. We're getting emails. People are tweeting at us. There's just the comments of the press conference, Clint. Have you watched? Have you seen these on YouTube?
I have seen them. My word. Yeah. By the way, really quick, confirmed to be Molly McGrath. So
okay, Molly McGrath, you're dead to me.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Kirby comes out of the press conference, Clint, and he paints a different picture. Now, he did use the words, both quarterbacks earned the right to play, but he said, we didn't know if JT Daniels was going to be able to go all week, and therefore, Stetson Bennett received the bulk of the first team reps, played really well in practice, and thus we didn't know who we were going to be able to go with, and we thought Stetson had played well enough in practice to be able to play.
No, not only played well enough in practice, Daniel, hold on, wait a second. If only we had game film of him doing good in a game somewhere else. Sorry. Oh, that's gone. Oh, okay.
Hold on, this is coming.
Michael's
M-Dub says we do.
Oh,
M-Dub says we do have the game film.
The UA game.
Which
he torched people. So look, here's the deal. Later on, JT even said he healed from the oblique injury faster than he has any other injury in his entire football career. So clearly he was hurt. Clearly he wasn't expecting to be back to this. Clearly Stetson did something because, again, he did it the week before, and he's Stetson. And all y'all praising the mailman last week are all y'all crucifying him this week, and I just can't.
You went out and bought the T-shirt last week, and now you are ready to burn the place to the ground. 2 things, and then we're going to get off this. We're going to talk about the real offense. 2 things. Number 1, Kirby clearly said it was injury related. That's why Stetson. It was not just we think he's good, and so he's going to play. No, it was not that. That's how it was reported, Molly, but it was not that. Second thing, I lied. There's actually 3. Second thing, Kirby values practice more than you do, Georgia fans.
And also, he's at practice and you're not. So
way more. He values what happens at practice more than you do. All you see is what's in the games and what you read the gurus and insiders report to you. And Kirby values what happens at practice more than you do. And then the third thing, and this is just a bonus thing because Arch Manning's in the stands and people painting their bodies and all sorts of things are happening. Cooper Manning out there in the Georgia hat, all sorts of what all is happening at this game. But people are talking about recruits. This kills recruiting. This is awful for recruiting because recruits see this and they're just, why would anyone want to come to Georgia if this is the kind of thing that's going to look? I'm sorry. Are we saying that a coach playing players that play well and deserve playing time and earn the right to play, are we saying that recruits don't like that? They don't like it when a coach awards playing time based on merit? No, I don't think that's what any competitive person in the world wants.
Any high-level competitive athlete will hear this. If I go in and I ball out, it doesn't matter who the starter was last year.
Doesn't matter who's in front
I
of
can
me.
work my way into
I'll
the
get on
starting
that
lineup.
field.
Let's go.
Arch Manning might be saying to himself, oh, so even if Brock Vandelay Industries is out there balling out, I can still come to Georgia. He might work me in because if I play well enough in practice.
Look, Britton Coxes of the world can't do that. Daniel?
Yeah, we'll see you.
They
see
go
you later. No.
elsewhere.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
We'll get to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Hey, we're going to come back after this, talk more about the offense and the explosiveness of a new chapter. Yes, you heard me, UGA fan.
Yeah.
The explosiveness of a new chapter we're going to get to. But first, I want to let you know about Prize Picks. All right, football fanatics, have you heard about Prize Picks? Prize Picks is daily fantasy made easy. It's a leader in college sports. Daily fantasy offers more college football props than anyone in the world offers, and has the Power 5 as well as mid-major players you want to have on your roster. PrizePicks offers any prop you can think of, from yardage to touchdowns, even interceptions thrown. All users who deposit and use promo code will receive 100% match. Whatever you deposit, they'll match up to $100. You pick 2 to 5 players, over under their projections, and you can win up to $10,000 on any entry. And it's just you versus the projected numbers. PrizePicks allows mixed sports. You can take the over on LeBron combined with the under on Mahomes in the same entry. Use award-winning app, both the App Store and Google Play. Entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. It's that easy. PrizePick, promo code locked on, prizepicks.com, or go to the App Store, download the app today. PrizePicks is daily fantasy made easy.
Clint, the page is turned of the Georgia offense. It is... We here.
Oh, yeah.
We out here. Let's, I think there was a lot of consternation after the Clemson game. I think people felt a lot of feelings. But these last 2 games, Clint, it's not just that we're scoring points. Georgia scored points before. It's the way we're scoring points.
How are we scoring them points, Daniel?
The weapons that are being utilized in order to score those points, Clint. So, do I want to talk about A.D. Mitchell? Do I want to talk about Brock Bowers? Do I want to talk about this offensive line? Do I want to talk about the running game? All of these things. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I do. Do I want to talk about Jermaine Burton, the best wide receiver that will play on this team all season?
He said it.
Okay.
He said it.
Yeah. I do want to talk about all those things. But first, Clint, let's talk about the offense. Let's talk about Todd Monken. Clint,
Todd Monken, thank you for starting
there. Man behind the glass, because this man coming out here doing things, he playing chess when other people playing checkers, Clint. He is out here calling games with a violent passion for scoring points, the likes of which Georgia fans have never seen before. How much can be said about Todd Monken?
All the things, whatever accolades, whatever awards, whatever you want to give him, whatever you want to say about the way in which Kirby is lighting this offense up. Now, here's the deal. Kirby is the head coach. Kirby is doing, but the thing that he did, he went out and told Todd, come on in. Here are the keys to the car. Drive, brother. Have fun. And Todd said, thank you very much. Get out of my way. Everybody with me? We're heading this direction. He has not only opened up the offense. That's one thing. Like, sure, getting the vertical pass game. But if you understand how he is setting up his plays, it's like watching. If I knew anything about this, if I knew anything about fencing and how to do so well,
that's where we're going to go.
To lean, it's much like boxing. It's fading a punch,
parry
getting
and thrust. Come
on now, get that
Mhm.
foil in there. Todd
Lingo.
Monken,
he busted out the. You want me to play the video again, Clint?
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's
Look, Todd Monken is setting up his plays. He's setting people up for success. He is keeping defenses on their toes. When they have a coverage called, he has a play called in the right position. Not only is he, again, opening up, the playbook is expanding, but the most important thing is the defense never, ever has a chance to catch their breath and to line up exactly how they want to do it.
No.
There, I saw one play in which the defense, the entire game, one play, the defense had a better play call than we had on offense, and we didn't execute, and JT got sacked, and that's how the cookie crumbles. That's it.
It goes.
But the whole rest of the time, he's setting them up, keeping them off bounce, tempo, getting up to the ball, giving JT the reins. The relationship there is clear as day.
Oh,
beautiful.
Man.
Clear as day.
How good is this JT Daniels kid? Also, Clint. I mean, he just came out there spinning it in this game. He said, let's open this game with about 25 yards to Brock Bowers, and let's never quit the whole time.
And if you know how he spins it, there was touch, there was loft, there was position, there was accuracy, and then there was just slinging it.
That
on the
deep
outside.
Ball accuracy, Clint. Ooh, You saw Stetson throw a few last week, and you started to think, like, that's the kind of deep ball we need. And then you realize, like, that's what JT's got. That's what JT
100%
has got. Absolutely. As good as those two guys are, and I want to start with Todd Monken, obviously, and JT Daniels, the big story, obviously. I think he's a quarterback moving forward. Hard to say. Who knows?
Controversy, really, in Athens.
Kirby can't be trusted. You know that much is true. As much as those two guys are the headliners, the real story here is these playmakers on the outside. So let's talk about those guys, and then we probably should address the running game. And I actually want to talk about the offense. Let's talk about the offensive line now real quick, because we can do this quick before we go to break. Offensive line, Clint, much has been made by us. Much has been said by me and by you. We're talking about Broderick Jones. We're talking about finding a tackle. We're talking about moving Jamari inside. What if I told you the offensive line's fine? Why would we move anybody? I'm sorry. Can Warren Erickson snap it again? Great. He can still play guard because Van Pran, he's fine in there. Erickson, he's playing just a mean right guard right now. Loving it. McClendon, love everything I'm seeing out of you.
Yes.
And Jamari, Clint, he might be a pretty dang good left tackle.
It turns out all of a sudden we said Jamari can go in the first, second round, maybe if up guard level, Ben Cleveland-esque. Turns out maybe
what
we
if
were
you
wrong.
were an NFL head
tackle.
coach and you drafted a guy that could play literally every position across the line at an NFL level? Would that be good?
100%. Now, the one quibble I will have, there was a couple plays Erickson got his butt handed to him with a couple swim moves, couple overs, couple rips, manhandled really. All in all, he handled it very well. I think he's really, really comfortable being in the middle, making plays and having guys on either side of him with the rest of the offensive line.
Sure.
But I'm telling you, Van Pran, I don't care if Erickson, Van Pran's our center going forward.
Van Pran's doing fine. Jamari's doing fine at left tackle.
Yep.
This offensive line is looking fine to me. The best defensive line we're going to face this season will be Florida. And so between now and then, just get these guys reps. And
just get them ready.
Just get them some solid reps, because until Florida, there are no defensive lines that scare me on the schedule. And so let's just get these guys a lather going, and we'll be just fine.
This just in, South Carolina's a good defensive line. Like
they were said to be by a guy commenting on our YouTube channel, but I didn't see it. Okay. Let's go to break real quick. We'll come back. We'll talk about all the playmakers on the outside.
Yes, but first, I want to let you know about SweatBlock. SweatBlock, Daniel, is doctor recommended, doctor created. Works up for 7 days. It's got a dry shirt guarantee here. Okay.
Yeah.
If it doesn't keep you dry, you get your money back. It's featured and tested on Rachel Ray by firefighters, best-selling on Amazon for the past 10 years. Over 13,000 reviews. It's currently number 1 on Amazon for the antiperspirant category. That's the locked on effect, Daniel.
Guys, let let me just challenge our listeners here for a second.
Oh, here we go.
What if we got 13,000 reviews? If SweatBlock can do it, listeners, so can Locked On Bulldogs. So 13,000 reviews. Right. That's the challenge.
Wear what you want, your little secret of confidence. This is a must-have for everyone's toiletry bag. Right now, head to SweatBlock.com with promo code LOCKEDON. Get 20% off your order at SweatBlock.com with promo code LOCKEDON or at Amazon and CVS.
Also want to let you know about Built Bar, the tastiest protein bar on planet Earth. They are soft and chewy and delicious. They come in a wide variety of flavors, and they are good to go whenever you need them. High in protein, high in fiber, low in sugar, keto approved, ready for whatever diet you're on, meal replacement, pre-workout, post-workout, on your way to the gym, on your way home from work, whenever it is. Built Bar is the thing that Clint and I reach for when we need that little
just got a new pack this weekend, Daniel.
Hey-o, look at that. And you too can just get a new pack next weekend by going to BuiltBar.com and entering the promo code LOCKEDON15. That's LOCKEDON15, and that's going to give you a 15% off discount on your first order at BuiltBar.com. No matter how many boxes you buy, they come in a variety packs or individual flavors. Enter the promo code LOCKEDON15 and you'll get 15% off your order at checkout at BuiltBar.com, the tastiest protein bar on planet Earth.
I can't stand anymore. Jermaine Burton is a beast. He is healthy.
What a freaking beast.
He is 98% healthy now, I'm convinced. If you didn't see him, again, fighting for every yard in the middle of scrums with guys hanging on him, and he kept going. This guy's healthy. He's feeling good. He's catching every ball. He's over the middle. He's doing shallow. He's doing intermediary. He's doing comebacks. He's doing goes. He has the entire route tree. He is the best wide receiver we're going to have the entire year. I could not agree more with you, Daniel.
But I'm not finished, Clint. He's also blocking on the perimeter on run plays. He's physical coming back towards the line of scrimmage, cracking down on the defensive line.
Oh,
and
yeah.
When Kendall Milton fumbles the ball, which we're talking about the offense, so I think I'm allowed to say this here. Kendall Milton fumbles the ball, Clint. That's 2 in this game. He lost 1 out of bounds, and then he lost 1 to South Carolina. We love Kendall Milton. We're on Kendall Milton. But Kendall Milton needs to hold on to the football. But when Kendall Milton does fumble the football and a South Carolina player picks it up, Jermaine Burton goes full ravishing Rick Rude. He goes Ultimate Warrior on somebody.
Ooh, look at you.
He comes out and jakes the snake somebody right into the ground.
That PSA, that star going across elicited all these memories.
I go 90s wrestling references on you all day long. Pack a lunch if I'm going to go 90s wrestling references. So Jermaine Burton is not only elite in terms of his athleticism and skill, he is sneaky elite in terms of his physicality as well, which makes him the total package. But Clint, he's not going to lead this team in receptions this year. He may not lead this team in yards this year. He's the best receiver on the team, Clint. But I think I'm ready to say Brock Bowers leading this team in yards this year, Clint. Who is this guy? Who's Brock Bowers? Somebody tell me.
I am clueless. Daniel and I, when this kid committed and we're like, okay, Brock Bowers, okay, tight end Napa. I got to know where this is. Let's go look at him. We watched game film and they said in the first game with him, but if you haven't noticed, okay, this man played literally every position known to man. And the reason why he played every position is because he has the strength of an offensive lineman, the fluidity of a receiver, the burst of a running back, the hybrid of a tight end, the brutality of a linebacker, the speed of a corner. He's unbelievable right now. I don't know who he is. I don't know how he was created. I don't know why Captain America lent him the powers really quick and just gifted him for a season, but I hope it keeps going because this kid has it all.
I mean, if you want me to tell you who he is, I can tell you who he is. It's Sunday night as we're recording this. It's halftime. It's halftime of the Chiefs-Ravens game, Clint. I can tell you who he is because I was just watching him in the first half of the Patrick Mahomes has been throwing him the ball all night. Like, that's who this guy is. Like, it's that kind of. He doesn't have the size of Travis Kelce.
No,
not quite. He's not small, but he doesn't quite have the size of Travis Kelce. But you want to talk about elite receiver skills and athleticism. And listen, he's faster than Travis Kelce. So he doesn't have the size, but he makes up for it in terms of speed. This guy's going to leave Georgia with every tight end record that's ever been held by any person. And you want to go through the Mount Rushmore again, Clint, because the Mount Rushmore in tight ends is loaded. It is loaded. But everybody better start just scooting down.
No.
A little bit.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't know what game. I have no idea. But I'm telling you, the little tight end screen where the action, the play action goes in, Brock sneaks out, receiver cracks down, and we got 6 yards. Clemson, we got 8 yards. Beginning of this game happen again. To begin a game, JT is going to do that play action, going to roll out, going to fake the throw there, and somebody going to be just streaking down.
You want to know who it is?
Please.
His name's A.D. Mitchell.
There it is.
It's Big Five.
Ooh.
Big Five. Listen, how good does it feel to watch somebody wear the number 5 and be good at football?
How good
does it feel?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Asher, midway through the first quarter, said, "Gosh, Dad, he's way better than that other number 5. I won't even say his name." And I said, "Son, that's my guy."
There's a couple of names that we refuse to say on this podcast, and that's one of them. Good for him.
But listen, A.D. Mitchell has reclaimed the number 5 for the forces of good.
Ooh.
This guy's listen now. I just evoked Travis Kelce, and so listen, some I would say Vanderbilt fan, but they don't exist. Some fan of some other team is going to be listening to the show or watching the show. Auburn fan, how you doing? You here yet?
I trust me. They looked at the calendar. They're here. I guarantee you there's an Auburn fan right now.
Some fan of some other team is going to listen or whatever, or some Georgia fan who's just still got to stick up his butt because of Stetson Bennett or something. I already talked about Travis Kelce. I'm just going to say this. If you don't think A.D. Mitchell has a little Devontae Smith in him, then I don't know that you've been watching a lot of football lately, because those guys, to me, they've got a very similar flow. They're very slight of frame, but long, rangy receivers who are just fluid in and out of their breaks, Clint. They've got the speed, right? But Devontae Smith was never Jalen Waddle. He was never going to just burn you down the field. He's just so dang fluid, and he runs his routes with such an ease and grace. Listen, A.D. Mitchell, he's just a freshman, but he looks better than Jermaine Burton did last year as a freshman.
Yeah. Do y'all get that?
So now next year.
Okay, hold on.
Jermaine Burton will be a junior. A.D. Mitchell will be a sophomore. Brock Bowers will be a sophomore. Darnell Washington will be a junior. And you see where I'm going with this. There's a new era in Georgia football.
We're done with the old. It's gone. Okay,
it's over.
As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm on record right now. Fine. Here it is. Put me on record on this podcast in front of God and everybody. I ain't going to complain about the running back rotation for the rest of the year.
Oh, he doesn't even care anymore.
I don't care.
He's out. He doesn't even care anymore. That James Cook touchdown run was a thing of beauty. He's still not my favorite running back on this roster, but it was a thing of beauty. It was unbelievable. It's probably the best run. I told you it's probably the best run he's ever had in his career.
He had similar to it last year when he split the Red Sea again. It was, I think, almost exactly the same play call, as a matter of fact. But this one was better. He had more burst, more wiggle. It was a tighter alley.
We talked about Kendall Milton and the fumbles. I thought Kenny McIntosh played fine. Zamir White looked great in his 2 carries or whatever he got.
6,
I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah, it was 6.
I don't know. It doesn't matter, Clint. We just went out and put 40 on the board like we weren't even trying.
And Georgia fan, please, to end the podcast, please, I beg you, understand that in the SEC opener, We made a head coach nearly bawl publicly on the sidelines.
He just
no.
Everything's fine, guys. You're doing
We're
fine.
fine.
Yes,
We're fine.
We're doing
Guys,
fine.
we almost made them completely surrender. We crushed them. This was an impressive win. People nationally are talking about us. There's no questions about our offense. There's no question about our defense. Guys, enjoy this.
This is the team I texted you. This is the team I've literally been waiting for my entire life. And I don't know how the season's going to end, but I'm just telling you, there's never been a team like this that I've been watching on the field. And so
Never.
I'm just trying to breathe. I'm just trying to breathe steadily and easily. Just in with the good air, out with the bad air. All right. We will be back tomorrow. We've got a whole slew of defensive stuff to talk about. Obviously, much of it is extremely positive. There's a couple of potentially negative things in there.
You're gonna come back to this, and you're gonna watch me yell at Daniel to shut up. I'm gonna give him a PSA.
Here we go. M-Dubs, don't you dare play that star against me. I just want you to know. Never. All right. We'll be back tomorrow talking about the defense as we get ready for another game this weekend. Continue to look back at South Carolina, begin to look forward at Vandy, and we'll see you guys then.
See ya.